Before we begin this incredible story, let me ask you a question. Have you ever judged someone by their appearance? Ever thought you knew a person just by looking at them? Well, prepare to have your mind completely transformed. And if you're shocked by what you're about to hear, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss what comes next. The elevator doors slid shut with a whisper of expensive machinery, trapping Margaret inside with the one person she'd hoped to avoid. Richard Blackstone, CEO of Meridian Industries, stood rigid in his $1,000 suit, his jaw already set in that familiar expression of disdain that had terrorized employees for decades. Margaret clutched her cleaning cart tighter, her worn blue uniform a stark contrast to the elevator's marble walls and gold fixtures. She kept her eyes down, praying he wouldn't notice her, but luck had never been on her side. "You!" Blackstone's voice cut through the silence like a blade. "What the hell do you think you're doing in the executive elevator?" Wait, hold on. Before we continue, if this story is already giving you chills, smash that like button. Trust me, you haven't seen anything yet. Margaret's heart hammered against her ribs. "I'm sorry, sir. I was told to clean the—" "I don't care what you were told." His face flushed crimson as he stepped closer, towering over her small frame. "This elevator is for executives only. Can't you read the sign, or is literacy too much to expect from the help these days?" The words hit like physical blows. Margaret had heard worse, much worse, but something about his tone, the pure contempt dripping from every syllable, made her stomach twist. She thought of her daughter Sophia, asleep in their tiny apartment, dreaming of the college acceptance letter that had arrived last week, the same college Margaret herself had graduated from summa cum laude 23 years ago. "I'm sorry," she whispered again, her voice barely audible. "Sorry?" Blackstone laughed, a harsh sound that echoed off the elevator walls. "You people are always sorry. Sorry you can't do your jobs properly. Sorry you don't belong in civilized society. Sorry you—" Guys, I need to pause here because what happens next is absolutely mind-blowing. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now because this channel is all about revealing these incredible life-changing stories. "Sir," Margaret's voice cut through his tirade, quiet but clear. "With all due respect, I understand you perfectly." Something in her tone made him pause. She raised her eyes to meet his, and for the first time, he saw not submission, but intelligence burning behind her calm exterior. She continued, her voice gaining strength. "I understand when you speak in English. Entiendo cuando hablas en español. Je comprends quand tu parles français. Ich verstehe wenn du Deutsch sprichst. And I understand when you speak Chinese, which I notice you do quite often with the Wong Industries representatives." Blackstone's mouth fell open. The color drained from his face as if someone had pulled a plug. "Wait, hold on. Before we continue, are you getting goosebumps right now? Because I am. Hit that subscribe button if you love stories that completely flip your expectations." Margaret stepped forward, her cleaning cart forgotten. "You see, Mr. Blackstone, before I became the woman who cleans your offices, I was the woman who graduated top of her class from Harvard Business School. Before I became the woman you look through like glass, I was the woman who spoke 5 languages fluently and consulted for Fortune 500 companies across 3 continents." The elevator seemed to shrink around them. Blackstone pressed himself against the wall, his earlier arrogance crumbling like a house of cards.
"I became this woman," Margaret gestured to her uniform, "because sometimes life takes everything from you. My husband's medical bills, my own illness, the recession that destroyed my consulting firm. But what life can never take, Mr. Blackstone, is what's in here." She tapped her temple. You're—" he stammered, his voice a broken whisper. "This is exactly what I mean when I talk about never judging people. If this is blowing your mind, share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. I'm Margaret Chen Rodriguez. I'm the woman whose economic analysis saved Huang Industries $60 million last quarter. I'm the woman who translated your failed merger documents and spotted the clause that would have bankrupted this company. I'm the woman who's been cleaning up your messes, literally and figuratively, for the past 2 years. The elevator dinged softly as they reached the executive floor. The doors opened to reveal a group of board members waiting, including Mr. Huang himself, whose face lit up when he saw Margaret. "Margaret," Huang exclaimed in Mandarin, "I was just telling the board about your brilliant analysis. Are you ready for Monday's presentation to the investors?" Margaret smiled, her dignity fully restored, and replied fluently in Mandarin. She gathered her cleaning supplies with the same grace she'd once carried briefcases worth more than most people's cars. Can you imagine the shock on Blackstone's face right now? This is why I love sharing these stories. Make sure you're subscribed because we post incredible content like this every week. As she stepped out of the elevator, she turned back to Blackstone, who stood frozen against the marble wall, his face a mask of shock and shame. "Mr. Blackstone," she said softly, "next time you see someone in a uniform, remember this moment. Remember that every person has a story, and intelligence doesn't wear designer suits. It lives in the mind, the heart, and the soul." The elevator doors closed, leaving Blackstone alone with his reflection in the polished walls and the devastating realization that the woman he'd spent 2 years dismissing as invisible was about to become the most visible person in his company. On Monday morning, Margaret Chen Rodriguez walked through the same lobby where she'd mopped floors, this time wearing a sharp business suit and carrying the briefcase that would secure Meridian Industries' biggest deal in company history. The cleaning uniform was gone, but the lesson she'd taught remained ever etched in the mind of every person who witnessed her transformation. And in the executive elevator, a small placard appeared by Tuesday. "Respect has no uniform. Intelligence has no dress code. Dignity belongs to everyone."
Blackstone never knew who put it there, but he never took it down. What an incredible transformation! This story perfectly shows why we should never underestimate anyone. If this opened your eyes like it did mine, please hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and comment below telling me what shocked you the most about Margaret's story. Also, share this with someone who needs to hear this powerful message about respect and dignity. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss our life-changing content. What other incredible stories would you like to hear? Let me know in the comments.